Alright guys, welcome aboard. This is going to be a short flight today. Just wanted to try out the livery here. Not that that's really trying out any airplane, but I've got this, well, not new to me livery. It's a Navy P-8A Poseidon here. And I forgot who the heck does the liveries, but he's done a couple of them here. You can find them on the, on the org forums, and it just looked great. It's for the Zibo, so I thought we're going to do a quick flight out of Vandenberg over here and basically just hand fly about 80 miles down south to Point Mugu. I'm not going to be on the screen this time, and it's going to be a quick and dirty flight. So get your headphones on, adjust your volume, because we're going to unpause the sim, and it's a military flight, so get your earplugs in, and we'll get ready to go here. Let me turn down my volume. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I know. It's loud out there. Alright, all aboard. Basically just going to get her fired up over here and get on our way. Let me see here. Already got the ground power on, and we're not even going to do any kind of flight planning or anything like that. Like I said, we're just going to hand fly this sucker today. Don't mind the missing files here. That's because of the livery. There's a couple of objects like the winglets and things like that that you got to change around, and it kind of changes stuff in the Zibo a little bit. So let's see, fuel, plenty of fuel, quick and dirty here. Let's figure out how to actually close. Well, actually, before we do that, let me go ahead and turn down the volume. We'll take a look outside here for a sec, just so I can show you the actual plane. We'll take a little cruise around it, show you this nice livery. Very detailed. And like I said, he's done little additions like the winglets here, the antennas, the winglets here. I think he's got like 3 different plane numbers. See if I can get in a little bit closer here. Take a spin all the way around it. Real nice detail here. You can see these little antennas right here. Good looking plane. Alright, let's jump back inside, and I'm going to turn the volume back up a bit. And let's figure out if we can get everything closed up here, because I usually don't use like the air stairs and whatnot. But let's see. Retract that. GPU, yeah, that's already disconnected. Let's get rid of the chocks. And then I got to figure out how to close all the doors here. Alright, we'll close that. I think that's the only one that was open. Yep, cool. Alright, everything good there. Let's go ahead and just get the FMC fired up so we can get our position in here. We'll grab that, drop it in there, and that's pretty much all we're going to be doing. Alright, we'll let that align, although that looks kind of funky. What's going on there? I think I'm missing some lines there. I don't know if that's... let's put on the terrain, airports. There we go. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I thought there was a line that came up and down from the airplane. Maybe because I don't have any route selected or anything like that. Alright, let's see. We're not going up to 29,000 feet today. We are only going up to, let's call it 11,000. We'll go 11,000. Heading's going to be about 105, so that's pretty much right on. Initial climb out is going to be at 180-ish. We'll set that there. And I think we're ready to get fired up, at least on the APU. Let's get some fuel pumps on. We'll get our nav lights on. And get our APU fired up so we can start the engines. Come on, let's go. Fire up, fire up. I always wait for this little needle to start moving. Alright, let me see. Let me see if that'll work. There we go. Alright, going up to 12,000 feet, or correction, 11,000. And I'm going to bring the sound up a little bit more here. There we go. Alright, and let's take a look at our transponder. I did have a prior flight on here, so all we got to do is go to T-8A, we'll go to Squawk 2200. I guess I should actually put the airports in here now. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go departing. Well, I guess we got to do reference. There we go. Alright, so we are at Vandenberg, KVBG. G, come on. And we are going to Point Mugu, which is KNTD. Alright, I'm going to do a performance. We'll do all that. We'll just reserves. I'm going to put in 7. Cost index 66. Cruise altitude is going to be 1100. Winds, temperature, I'm just going to put in 5. Winds, I'm going to just take my best guess here. Throw that in there. Execute. Limits. Take the temperature for takeoff. We're gonna do this manually anyway. We're gonna be flying without any of the programming, but I will put all this in here just to make sure we don't run into any problems. All right, departing. We're gonna depart runway 30. Come back here. I believe we are going. We'll set it for runway, I think 21. Let's take a quick look at Point Mugu. KNTD. Come on, Navigraph. Airport. And 21. We'll probably do either 21 or 27. Alright, let's come back here. I'll put in ILS for 21. And no other route. That's it. Activate that. Execute it. Let's go over to legs. We'll get rid of everything out of here. That's going to go there. Execute. Up and down. Alright, pretty good. Alright, now I think we're ready to go. I guess we can turn the flight director on even though we're not going to be using it. Alright, APU is on. And I know I got to switch one thing. On my chat for YouTube. I always forget to switch the chat over to all chats. It's usually defaulted to top chat, and then I don't see anybody chatting. So let me switch that over. Almost there, almost there. There we go. Live chat. There we go. Alright, cool. There we go. So now if anybody's chatting, I'll see it. Alright, let's just get fired up and get the heck out of here. We'll just go down the line here. Yaw dampener on, all the fuels on. We're going to go to APU generator. And that's already set. We'll get all our seatbelts on for the crew in the back. Let them know we're getting out of here. Window heat on, pitot heat on. Get our electrical hydraulics on. Pump on. Off, auto. APU bleed is on. And this is all set. Alright, we're ready to get fired up. Let's start number 2. Probably did something wrong now, didn't I? Yeah, because it's not spinning up. Why is it not spinning up? Let's try this again. APU is going. APU bleed. These are off. Off, auto. Yeah, everything else looks good. APU. Come on. Alright. Well, that's silly. Come on. Why aren't you firing up? Does anybody know why I can't start the engines? What did I forget? Alright, gen power, that's good. Probably something in the plane that I have forgotten to do. Feels good. Alright, let's double check our fuel. Yeah, that's good. I probably need to get that off. Let's see if that was it. Nope. Oh, I know what it is. You know what? I got all that stuff turned on. Let's go back here. Probably got to hit the start flight too, I think. But ground services, engine bleeds on. Yeah, it should be. I think it disables it when you've got like the GPU connected. So let's go ahead and disconnect, and we got the ASU. All right, we get rid of that. All right, now let's try it. Nada. Alright, let's take a close look at the panel up here. Alright, APU bleed. Dual bleed. Yeah, okay, I'm going to turn these off. Off, off, auto. Isolation valve off. Now we want that to open. Alright, so much for a military flight here. Let's try that again. I'm not getting anything. Well, that's hokey. Alright, let's go off again. APU is running. Might be something with delivery. Oh well, let's see. Let's double check here. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I wonder if I gotta hit that. Just to make sure. Nothing.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all calls.
Yeah, don't worry about that because we can't even start the engines. Alright, throttle's off, fuel's off.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in.
No, that's good because we can't start the engines.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of
Well, let's see. Alright. Let's just go down the line here again and make sure we didn't screw anything up, right? Navs are set. That is set. Yaw dampener, all the fuel is on. Well, the fuel that we have fuel. We're on APU generator. Right. You're better at shutting it down, yeah. Well, you know what? I just did a flight in this thing. I landed here and then I loaded delivery, and then so it was not in a cold and dark state. So I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it. But we're going to keep trying here. Alright, that's on, that's on. Electrical's on. Alright, I'm going to go. Make sure these are off. Just cycle them. Okay. I'm just going to turn all these off. Valves open. Okay, engines. I'm gonna just leave those on. I'm gonna cycle everything. Fuel's on, lights on. Turn that one off. Still nothing. What am I doing wrong here? Or is the plane just hosed here?
Item stowed. Your seat backs in the upper position.
Interesting. Let's troubleshoot here before I restart the sim. Fuel. Yep, we got fuel. Electrical, that's normal. I don't know. I mean, there's no fuel in those tanks. Let's recycle this.
Kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the...
Nothing. Not a thing. Well, this is going to be a shorter flight than I thought. Okay, those are off. APU is on. I'm just going to recycle the APU power. We're on APU power there. It's almost like the bleed isn't working. Yeah, see, it's kind of weird. It's like I'm not getting any duct pressure or anything from APU. And now they're off. the fuel's off here. It's almost like our bleed isn't working, even though the APU is fired up. Yeah, let me see about failures. Edit failures. There shouldn't have any, but we'll fix all. Alright, let's try that. Alright, APU's off. We're going to set that to auto. Bleed is on. Let's see what happens now. Make sure that's off. Over to ground, nothing. Interesting. Alright, well here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reload the airplane. The current aircraft, skip art. Let's do that and see what happens. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yikes. The whole thing crashed. Man, it has been one of those weeks. I think maybe I think Xplane is hating me here today. Well, that's okay. We're gonna do this flight, damn it. So I'm restarting Xplane. It may take just a few minutes to load here for me. All right. Let's see, let's get this up. Got that. I'm going to keep the same plane, same parking spot. All right, and it is loading. While it's doing that, let's see, we can take a look at something while the plane is loading up. There we go. So here's our route, at least. Pretty short hop, 82 nautical miles from Vandenberg over to Mugu. Vandenberg weather currently 300 at 12. That's where we're taking off runway 30. They got light rain and clear, really. That's interesting. They're saying they have light rain, but it's clear. Let's see, this is an automated observation. I think it's time to go check that sensor. Point Mugu winds 250 at 4 and just few at 6,500. So the weather should be pretty decent going across there. I'm going to slurp some coffee here. Hey Scott, yeah, you going to an archery place, huh? Yeah, they sometimes pull private clubs like that. Is it a private club? They charge a bit. All right, we have got X-plane loaded back up here. Let's get our weather. All right, we'll let that load in the background. Let's come back here, take a look outside. All right, cold and dark. Let's see if that fixes the issue here. So I don't have to touch anything on here. I think fuel, whatever. I'm just going to take the default fuel. All right. I do have to start up the ground services, so I'll get the GPU going. I think it's going. All right, we got power. All right, let's get everything fired back up over here. Get my panels turned up. I don't really bother with that. Go to ground power, nav on the IRSs, and then, whoops, let's get the panels lit up here. Yeah, I'm a member of a private shooting club here, and it's like 165 a year, which isn't too bad. let's get our position here. Bang, bang, bang. Alright, that's it. That's literally all I'm going to do. I'm not doing anything else. This is going to be a quick flight. Alright, we'll let the irises align here. And we got 11,105 for the heading. Airspeed, we're just going to peg it out at like 200 to start out with. We're going to go VFR here. There we go. Here, everything's alive again. Let's get our airports on. Yeah, I'm not going to set anything else in the FMC. Yeah, I'm lucky. I have a range that's literally like on the other side of the valley from me. I'm like got lucky with where I live. All right, let's get our TCAS on. And let's get our fuel all on. Get the APU fired up. I'll see that needle come up. Get our nav lights on, beacon on. And while the APU starts coming up, there it goes. Let's get everything else set up in here. Ground power. Actually, we'll go over to APU right now. Get those on. Probes, this, that. Trim air. Again, packs are off. Valve open. Get our bleed open. Go to that whopping 11,000 feet here. Alright, now, as soon as we get a blue light here, we should be ready to go. Yeah, I was spoiled too as a kid. I used to just take my rifle and go walking down the street to the woods. So nobody bothered me. Alright, here we go. APU power, and bleed is ready to go. We're going to disconnect GPU power. Alright, let's see if we can fire this bad boy up this time. Ooh, you know, I wonder if there's a problem with the livery. Because I'm not getting anything, and that's completely from scratch. Interesting. Let's try something else here. Well, it looked pretty. Let's go over to this one here. Come on, apply changes.
Southwest 1.
Yeah, alright. Might have to, I think I might have broke my Zibo with that livery. Yeah, look at that. Nothing. Alright. Alright. Damn it, we're doing this flight. We're taking the Eclipse. Yeah, zilcho for today. I think it's the livery. I think somehow I broke the Zibo. That's kind of interesting because, yeah, I didn't fly with that livery before. I flew a different livery down. I flew that Air Force livery from like Travis Air Force Base over to Vandenberg before, not on stream. And then picked up the livery there because I was looking for a different one, different military one. So I'm going to reload my, or at least I'm going to take the livery out. Not now. We're just going to do a quick flight. But I'm going to take that livery out and then see if I got to reload Zibo altogether. How long does it take to load the Eclipse 550? Actually, let me get rid of this. Sorry, I had that display capture on. My goodness, we have 3 poor people watching this stream and we haven't even managed to fire up the engines yet. Yeah, I really want to fly that that livery because that looks real nice. So I'm sure it's just a glitch in whatever the heck I was doing. Because yeah, the livery's a little weird. You got to set the objects in it and stuff like that. And the fact that I had that little file message on the screen there inside the Zibo, something got broke. Yeah, I love my Thrustmaster. That's what I use. Do you use the Thrustmaster? What is it, 1600M? That's what I have. Yeah, Devin, it's a very nice livery. I'm sure it works. I'm just got to work out the kinks there. There's, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring it up here. I'll show you what there are. If I search for Zibo liveries, come on. So the tons of liveries here, and if I scroll all the way down to military, here we go. So this is the one I was using. He's got 4 different ones here. Well, I guess 3 different ones by this one. Excuse me, a J-door. So I had the 982. But there's some funkiness. You got to set objects. You got to do some objects that you got to set. You have to go into Plane Maker and then add the objects. And what that does is it adds in the all the antennas and things like that. So it looked like it worked. At least when I did that. You know, I didn't get any errors, but oh well. Off we go in the Air Force chartered 550 here. We'll get going here. We're not even going to do a flight plan, so don't even bother with any of this. We're ready to get fired up. Of course, we got to take our chocks off, close the door. And let's see, we got 11,000. We're going to go 210. We'll set something in here. 2,400 sounds good. Heading 105. That looks good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set terrain on here. What the heck? Zoom out a little bit. Alright, so, you know, I didn't even look where the hell we were parked. Alright, so we're going to take a left out of here and go to the runway right there, take off, and then turn around. Alright, so power up, let's get flap set, get our trim tab set, and jump back here so I can see the chat. Yeah, the guy that did that livery, he's got a document, you know, step by step how to go in there and go into Plane Maker and set it all up. Which, like I said, I think I set it up right. Everything looked good until I tried to start the engines. All right, let's go landing light on. We got our recognition lights on, strobes on. Unfortunately, Vandenberg here, it does not have a whole lot of scenery. I think there's an Xplane 10 scenery out on the Xplane forums, where there's a little bit more. Actually, it doesn't look like he's got a lot of stuff on the ramp, building-wise, but more focusing in on some of like the rocket launch pads and whatnot. Taxiing out here. Let me get the sound down a little bit because it's a little loud. Sorry about that, guys. Turn that one down. There we go. Alright, lights, camera, action. We're going Whoops, back. Hard to taxi and do this at the same time. Transponder VFR on altitude. And off we go. I just want to get in the air here. Alright, there we go. 100. Let's get up. Gear coming up. Flaps up. And since we're pretending like we're a military flight, let's just go right to our course heading here. Alright, here's about 105. Let's go ahead, yaw dampener on, autopilot on, and let's go indicated airspeed hold. And let's go heading hold here. Get us over to 105. So there's Vandenberg, unfortunately. Not a whole lot there, like I said. Will be interesting to see what Microsoft, how that works out with like military bases and whatnot. You know, because they're modeling everything off of Bing, so, and then there's some algorithm that's going to place buildings and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see like some oddball airfields, like military bases, and you know, some of the other ones, how those look in the FlyJSim. I guess we can get rid of that. Maybe we'll get a few more frames here. Did we ever add our weather? No, we never added our weather. Alright, we'll let that pop in here. We should get some clouds. It's a nice day in California today, but maybe a little hazy. Go ahead and add in a waypoint here. So we're going NTD. Where's that? NTD. Point Mugu. There we go. Direct to. Yep. So probably like what? 70 miles? What do we got? Yeah, 73 miles. Let's speed this up to 250. There we go. The visibility actually improved. Yeah, because if you're taking a satellite picture of a military base, you know, and then it's gonna look for buildings, place them where they're supposed to be. I mean, I guess it's nothing you can't look up yourself on Bing. So if it's on Bing, you're not gonna divulge any kind of secrets there. Let's see, this little route is nice because it'll take us right over the top of Santa Barbara and then into Point Mugu. And then after that, I'll stop the stream, but I'm going to go back and reload my Zibo and see if I can't get that Poseidon livery working again. Lots of wine country out here. Lots of wineries out in the hills out here in the sticks in California. Yeah, I'm not flying the GPS, Scott, so I'm just flying heading since it's a straight shot. So I'm not really bothering with it. I mean, I guess I could here and that'll give us that. But I was just gonna fly it visually. I just punched it into the flight plan so we can get a distance bearing here and whatnot. Oops, forgot to set our airspeed here. 274. Get cleaned up a little bit in here. Yeah, this whole stream was supposed to be all about the livery, the Poseidon livery, so I just wanted to do a quick flight with that, just for the heck of it. So I wasn't even going to program the flight because, like I said, it's only like 80 miles here, right down along the coastline. I think I see, let me see here, where's Pismo Beach is coming up someplace here. Let's take a look at the map. I think Pismo, did we pass Pismo Beach? I think Pismo Beach is right here. I may be wrong. Yeah. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit on the map. Or that might be it right there. Not sure if it'll show up on the map here actually. Maybe I gotta zoom in a little bit more. You had some wine from California the other day, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they ship it all over. So I'm not sure if that's Pismo Beach or if it's a little bit closer to Santa Barbara. I mean, I've driven through here a whole bunch of times, but I never really pay attention. One of these little spots is Pismo Beach. I just always remember that because, I don't know if you remember the old Bugs Bunny. You know, I think he was heading for Pismo Beach when he got sidetracked. But, yeah, we're already coming up to Santa Barbara, so past Pismo Beach, back there someplace. We got a little bit of wind here taking us off course, so let me just adjust heading hold a little bit. Basically just going to scoot down the coastline here. Yeah, that should do us right there. Watch Santa Barbara go by here. And yeah, I actually am here. I have my coffee. Santa Barbara is an interesting town. I've been there a bunch of times, but never flown into there. I can recall. I might have once, way back when. But it's just interesting how the mountains. You have the mountains, and then pretty much not a whole bunch of land between there and the ocean. Ooh, I'd stay out of there. You went to Dick's Sporting Goods and everybody's out with the flu there. I wouldn't touch anything. I had the flu a couple weeks ago myself, me and my wife. Though luckily she got it first, and then as soon as I started feeling a scratchy throat, I went and got Tamiflu. So it was more like just a cold for me. No big deal. Yeah, Catalina is always nice. And yeah, Santa Barbara right here is always good. You come down to the pier here. That's where they have the, there's a little statue of I think it's a dolphin, right at the, well, base of the pier over here. see, hope we have enough fuel. Oh yeah, we're good, because I didn't even pay attention to what we had. Alright, we'll get the landing light off here. I'll try to do something, something like we're actually flying an airplane. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit nav. Yeah, California's great. I don't know where you're at, but I live in Southern California, so other than all the fruits and nuts over here, it's definitely a beautiful state. Lots of places to visit. And we got a carrier there, huh? I'm tempted. Should we go to, keep going to Point Mugu, or should we try to land on a carrier? Although I don't think this thing can stop in time, so I'm going to hold off. Alright, I already see Point Mugu, off in the distance, dead ahead. We got Ventura right here. If you remember, I think it was last year, or maybe a little bit like a year and a half ago, you know, there was a lot of, well, there's always fires in California every year. But these are the hills that were burning all throughout here in Ventura County. Oh, Ireland, okay. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a hop for you. Yeah, I've been to, have I been? Yeah, I've been to Ireland once. I didn't get to sightsee. I was at the airport in, was it Shannon, I think? Made a stop over there. Never left the terminal. Alright, let's go ahead and start our descent here. I'm going to take a look at the weather that's getting injected into Point Mugu, just to see what the winds are. NTD, let's see, winds 250 at 4 still. Altimeter 3006. I don't think we set our altimeter. 3006. So we'll come in on, yeah, we'll come in on, what was that runway? Is it 27? Yeah, I stopped over when I was during a war back in 2000. What was it, 2003, right? So I was coming out of Iraq, and we was on a charter flight. So they picked us up out in the middle of the desert and then flew us all the way to Shannon. Stopped over there, although there was a lot of protesters and stuff, and so they had one little wing of the one terminal wing that was cordoned off. And they literally had a fence around the airplane and then armed guards all around the fence. And then they closed off that wing so that we could get off the plane and stretch our legs a little bit before we headed back to the States. Alright, I'm going to autopilot off here. Let's just start our descent. We are going to go into runway 21. That's what it is. Yeah. So a lot of the charters, like when they move troops, a lot of times they'll move them with charter flights. And so they'll stop over in Shannon, and those guys are going over to the East Coast. That's what we did. Yeah, this was back in, 2003, so it was... Everybody had different feelings there, or whatever. this is Point Mugu right here. We've got Camarillo right over here. Point Mugu is the Naval Air Station, and the corner of it right over here is actually, it's called Channel Islands Air National Guard, which I retired from there. So C-130s is what we flew out of here, but we were on the I guess the east side of the Point Mugu airfield. So I've flown in and out of this place quite a few times. Alright, let's get yaw dampeners off. Come around the guard base right here. That's it. There's our ramp. I don't know what those are. Don't look like C-130s, but that's what's stationed over here. At least at the guard base right here. The Navy, though, has got a whole bunch of interesting planes over here. What they do over here is it's a like Navy weapons test center, and so what they do is they test a whole bunch of different weapon systems. And normally what they do is they fly some like target drones out of here, and then also real world airplanes. So like you know, when the Navy wants to target off of their ships off the coast, they want to target real airplanes. They fly like old MiGs and stuff out of here, which is really neat. Alright, let's go full flaps. Doing a little 270 here to get down. It was a little bit high. We lined up, got a little bit of a crosswind here, but I think we're going to make it. Landing light on. Alright, flaps are down, gears down, 3 green. Coming a little bit fast, but I think we're going to be good here. We got plenty of runway. Gonna float it down the runway here and bleed off some speed. Oh, 21 feet per minute. We get any slower? Alright, flaps up. If we can get one of the turnoffs over here instead of the crossing runway. Actually, I think we might just taxi down the crossing runway because we're gonna get off a little bit farther, and I don't think all of the pavement is modeled on the base here. So even if you try to take one of the taxiways, at certain points it's not paved back there. Get our landing lights off. And I'm going to go ahead and park it all the way down here. So we're going to do a fast taxi here. Go park it inside the hangar. This is an add-on scenery, but it's from, I think it's from X-Plane 10. So some things, like I said, some of the pavement isn't marked correctly and whatnot. I think it's just somebody's best guess here. Alright, we won't go into the hangar. I'm just going to park it right here because I want to go fix my Poseidon. Alright, there we go. Brake on. Let's Let's go ahead and shut her down. And come on, all the way off. There we go. All right, guys. So sorry about the screw up with the Zibo there, but I'm gonna go fix that now, and hopefully that'll be the next flight I do. Will be in one of, well, not sure where I'm gonna fly, but I'm gonna try to get the Poseidon working, and if I can, we'll do another military flight someplace. So thanks for watching. Till next time, take care. Oh, look at that. That would have been so nice.